You are tuned in to WSPN, Women's Sports Prime Network, the home of empowerment in women's sports. Alrighty, hello, and welcome. I am Adam Zark, and this is WSPN. And as the title says, AUSL won't be airing any games, won't have any games until July 7th. But in the meantime, what can you do? That's a good question that many of you might be asking yourself, So let's get things flowing here. Let me get this over here running, and for those of you that are joining in the chat, you can chat in and don't be afraid. So, what to do, the schedule, and how to watch. So, the 2025 AUSL remaining broadcast schedule will commence back on July 7th at 7 p.m. And then from there, it'll go July 7th, July 8th, 9, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 26, 27, until 28th. The championship game. 3 games, and if necessary, teams TBD on ESPN2. So it's going to go back and forth from ESPN2, MLB TV, MLB app, ESPNU, and so on and so forth. So I hope that everybody has had a great time. But you can let me know in the chat down below, what has been your favorite moments of the AUSL so far? Because I think the AUSL has given us great action, great players, and things have been flowing as cool as it should be. So let's commemorate all the good stuff from the AUSL. All right, let me check if the stream is working properly. Perfect. It is working properly. All right, so let's get the latest news from the AUSL so far. What has happened, things to be looking after. So, good as gold. Anna Gold launches Homer Stassels at third for Blaze. So, the Blaze needed a win in the worst way after dropping 8 straight games to fall to 110 in the first half of the inaugural Athletes Unlimited Softball League season. But thanks in large part to their third baseman, they will go into the 2-week break in high spirit. And that's what matters the most, that they're going out on a break. Excuse me, my bad. They're going on a break with high spirit, and that is great. That is a great stuff to be noticing and to be having a good time, and it's giving everything that we can, the best of the best, and that's what I like to see. Good stuff, good things, and everything's just flowing as best as it can, Suena Gold launched a walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the 6th inning to trigger a run rule victory over the Bandits as the Blaze beat the team with the best record in the AUSL Wilkins Stadiums in Wichita, 11-3. But that wasn't the only shining moment Gold had on Monday night. She made sparkling defense play at third base to stop a potential Bandits rally in its track, with the Blaze leading 5-3 in the top of the 6th inning, and the Bandits brought the tying run to the plate with 1 out. Bubba Nichols Camarera smashed a liner over the bag at third. Anna Gold snared it on full extension and dived to her right, robbing Nicholas Camarera of extra bases and potentially saving a run on the play. The Bandits didn't score, setting the stage for more Gold heroics in the bottom of the frame when she crushed a 3-2 pitch from Bandits left-hander Tyler McQuinley over the fence in the left field to put the Blaze up by 8 runs, triggering the run rule. It was Gold's first professional home run after a sensational career at Duke, something she said she had been waiting for. Quoting here, "It feels awesome," Gold said after the game. "I've kind of been waiting for that one a little bit. Just trying to string together base hits and hit at the ball hard. Good things happen when we do that." Good things were happening for the Blaze all evening, particularly at the plate. Gold was far from the only contributor with her homer and a single earlier in the game, after the Bandits jumped out to a 2-0 lead with a pair of first-inning home runs by Morgan Circle and Skylar Wallace. The Blaze answered with a run in the bottom of the first on a solo homer from Corby Ortiz. The Blaze then scored 4 in the second on a 2-run single by Alaya Anders and an RBI single by Abru Leach and a sacrifice fly by Daniela Gibson Wharton. So those are the some of the highlights from the game itself. The Blaze didn't score again until the 6th inning, but when they did, they put the game away. 4 consecutive doubles by Kyla Kowalik, Otis, Leach, and Gibson Wharton precede Gold's game-ending blast. But Gold added the exclamation point, and it was fitting given how hot she'd been at the plate, including the homer on Monday night. Gold is 5 for her last 8, with 2 singles, a double, and a triple, all in a day's work for Gold, who hopes that her long homer will mark a turning point for the Blaze. Quoting here, "We want to win every game, every pitch," she said. "That doesn't always roll our way, but we haven't stopped, we haven't given up, and we just know that the best is yet to come for us." Talons 8, Vaults 6. The Talons staved off a slate comeback attempt by the Vaults to sweep the 4-game series at Love's Field in Norman, Oklahoma. Jaden Allich led the way with a 2-run single in the 2nd inning and another RBI single in the 6th. Ali Aguilar also had a pair of hits, including an RBI double in the 2nd. Sierra Sacco delivered another RBI double in the 6th. And down by 6 entering the bottom of the 7th inning, the Volts railed for 4 runs, but ultimately fell short of salvaging the series finale. Amanda Lawrence had a big game, driving in 4 of her team's 6 runs in the contest. She went 3 for 4 with a double and 2 homers. And those are the highlights of latest games that have happened. I actually broadcasted the Talons versus Vaults game, which was phenomenal. It was a high stake game. It was really fun to watch and to commentate. So if you're willing to get connected with that once more, you can check out it on my YouTube channel, or you can just simply watch it wherever you can catch it. So moving on to other stuff. There is more good stuff to be aware of. AUSL returns, as I said, to action on July 7th. So don't be afraid. Don't be sad that you're not having any AUSL at this point in time. But there is still a lot of AUSL to be connecting with if you haven't catched most of the games, So let's go here and get some AUSL on the run. So far, Wichita has been amazing. Has been the best place where they've played the best high stakes. There's been other games in other places, but something about the Wichita Stadium just brings the best out of these, you know. Officially, we are halfway in the season. And there's a lot of people here that have been saying lots of good things on the comment section of what has been their favorite moments so far, you know. Stephanie here said, probably the Talons' 4-game win streak currently. And then Laura Darius Brown said, all of the homers and stellar defense. Then Slick said, everything. And then Razorback Nurse said, those dubs. And then Max said, every and a goal defensive play. Then Lynn and Nicolaus said, the rookies, and you get athletes shining on the biggest stage. Kofel, Sako, Kofi, Chaffin, Jacobson, Alchin, and also the mid-major ladies shining. You know, Circle, you know, McKinney and Cork. Those are great players right out there, out the bat, you know? And what's sad in a way, which I don't want to admit, it hurts me to say it, but Brie Ellis was a power hitter on the NCAA. And in the professional side of things, she has slumped a little bit. She hasn't been able to show us exactly who Brie Ellis is. You know, Brie Ellis is a power hitter. Brie Ellis is this, I would say, the Otani of softball, you know? And we haven't seen any of that whatsoever. And it really mind boggles me in many shapes and forms. And I would love to, you know, see the Briellas we all know. The Briellas that the news was hyping us for, you know, the one we saw in the NCAA. Like, come on. I need that Briellas to come back to the stage, to the diamond, you know? And we're not seeing it. At least I'm not. And I would love to experience some of that at this point in time. But you know how it goes, and you know how it is. It's not every day you're gonna be shining like gold. But that's all right. That is more than okay. No reason why to panic. So, Matt Smith says, I don't have a favorite moment. I'm just glad the AUSL has been officially noticed as a legit pro organization. I am also extremely happy for all the athletes that have a place to go after college. Young girls finally have a goal to shoot for. Exactly, you know? Young girls have it, you know? Because, sure, we have the WNBA. We have all these women basketball leagues that have been showcasing women nationally throughout the entire USA. But something about softball, it just blows it out of proportion because as much as the WNBA is a thing, it doesn't have as much of a following as softball has been getting, you know, and most women, if you ask me, most women, they tend to play these types of sports more than what they do with basketball and stuff like that, you know? And I'm not saying that basketball is not popular, which it is, but you know what I mean. You know, it's about time that these sports where women actually do showcase actually get the recognition. There's now the new volleyball league that is putting women out there professionally. Not just Olympic and small professional leagues. Big leagues that they're getting big TV time. And that's what I'm liking. Women being able to go professional and also have TV broadcast time. It puts them in the table and on the spotlight as I like. So we gotta give props to the AUSL for that. That's for sure. And it's the first time I actually feel like women are being fully accepted as sports people. Cause basketball, I don't want to put it out there, but it's a little misogynistic if you ask me. It's sadly a thing. And there's no changing that culture. All right. And then soon we're going to have the professional baseball league, and that is going to be amazing for women, for all the women out there. Yes, sir. Anywho, let's get ourselves a little bit connected here with all the great moments that we've had so far for the AUSL. So let me turn on the display. Boom. Bump it right there. And here we go. So let's get the first one. Anagol's walk-off. 11-3 win. Let's check that out. Boom. And then it's an off-speed pitch, and it goes in, and there it goes. Out. Right there nearby the scoreboard. For a 2-run home run by Anna Gold. First home run this season. Look at that. That is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. What else do you want? Look at that. The home run is just incredible. To seal a 3-11 in favor of the Blaze. Crazy. It was over right there and done. Who would have thought that Anna Gold had it in her? People are saying, is this the best team in the AUSL? Like, I wouldn't be declaring something like that. Because we've seen the Bandits do the same thing. But, you know, Anna Gold did the most incredible thing last night. That's a W for sure. That's a W for sure. Now we're gonna see Morgan Surskey with a lead-off home run. Let's check this one out. He's getting anyone ready for this game, and then swings and boom, out it goes. A home run, solo home run by Circle. Woo! Look at that. You gotta be kidding me. Boom! That is incredible. Boom! Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, boom, bam. And there she goes. They waited 3 hours for this to be a thing, and it became a thing. Also, look at Skylar Wallace's home run. Check that out. Goes in, bing, sklack-a-doo, and out it goes. It's out, yes, sir. That's incredible. This game was all back-to-back homers. Back-to-back. What else do you need? What else do you want when you got back-to-back homers? Chat, tell me down below. What has been your favorite home run so far in the season? Like, look at that. The Bandits are doing home runs. The Vaults, everybody's doing home runs. And what I like about this league is that even though there are teams, there is individual points for each player. And that is incredible to say the least, you know. Look at this, okay. Anna Gold's great diving snag. Look how she dived to grab the ball. And she was not going to take a no for an answer. She dived in, she went for it, and she grabbed it. Anna Gold. You know, Anna Gold. She has everything. The defense, the offense, the power hitting. She has everything. Like, did you see that walk-off that I just showed earlier? Did you see? For those of you tuning in right now, let me re-show you. Look at it right there. Boom! And it goes on the left side of the field and gets out. It's a home run. And then it's secure a walk-off. Anna Gold's first home run for a 11 score. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Like, what else do you need? Anna Gold, I think Anna Gold, but everything she's been doing right now, I think Anna Gold has ranked up on my list of favorite players. I'm pretty sure she's now one of my favorite players. Anna Gold, look at that. Let's watch that again. Bing, boom, bang, bada bing, out it goes. It's a rookie home run, and nothing else to be discussed. Nothing else. It's all bada bing, boom, bam, and out it goes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. That's a W for sure. All right. Look, this is another good one. Another good one. When Hannah Flippins went to a go-ahead and RBI double. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Palacio scoring. Everybody's going back and forth. And Hannah Flippins gave us an RBI double. Flippin is one of the other players that I think is amazing. But like I said before, I think Anna Gold has ranked up on my list, like pretty high, pretty high if you ask me. Oh yeah, Ali Aguilar's solo home run, that was a great one yesterday. And boom, look at that, Ali Aguilar with a solo home run. Boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom, and out it goes. Woo! Pat on the head for sure. Pat on the head for sure. Wow. Incredible. Incredible, chat. W's for Ali Aguilar. That was a good one. Good, good, good. And those are the good stuff. That's what I like to see. Good softball playing. Like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another good player is Sydney McKinney. And you can see here, top-notch players right here on screen. This is the AUSL, Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Nothing else to be discussed here. So, like I said before, the AUSL returns to action July 7th with full schedule. And there's going to be all the stuff there. Let me show you the schedule so far. This is the schedule for the games themselves. That's the schedule. You can take a screenshot if you want. You can write it down, do whatever you want. But that is the schedule for the AUSLs when they return on July 7th. There you have it. It's going to be packed with full games between ESPN2, MLB TV, MLB.com, MLB app, ESPNU, and yeah. Nothing else to be afraid of. Sure, we're going to have a slight break from the softball, but that doesn't mean that the content has to stop. We're just getting started. We are just getting started. That's for sure. Just getting started. And that's how it goes. Anna Gold is just a player to be looking out for sure. A player to be looking out for at this point in time. Yes, sir. On other news, let's check out some other stuff here on the WBSC, World Baseball Softball Confederation. So, Women's Softball Asia Cup scheduled unveiled 10 teams aim to qualify for World Cup Asian Games 2026. All right, so Softball Asia has announced the participating teams and the official schedule for the Women's Softball Asia Cup 2025 to be played in Xi'an, China from 14th to 20th of July. A total of 10 teams have confirmed their participation in the event, which serves as a qualifier for the WBSC Women's Softball World Cup 2026 and 27. So the Xi'an Physical Education University Softball Stadium will see host China, Hong Kong, Hong Kong, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, the Chinese Taipei compete for 3 spots in the World Cup, scheduled to begin next year with group stage. And then there's going to be the top 8 teams in the final standing will qualify to the 20th Asian Games Aichi Nagoya 2026 softball competition. So if you're in those areas and you are part of those teams, I bid you the best of the best, because China has a good team. Japan has another good team. Korea. I'm not really that sure about the Philippines. But we're seeing good stuff at this point in time. With the tournament will open with a single a round robin with 45 games scheduled to the 14th to the 19th of July. The top two teams in the round robins will earn a ticket to the World Cup and will play for the continental title. Third and fourth place finisher will go head to head, not only for the tournament's bronze medal, but also for the third available ticket in the World Cup. You can see the official scheduling here, which we can get ourselves into. This is going to be the official scheduling. Round 1, China versus India. Round 2, Hong Kong versus Taipei. Round 3, we'll see Philippines versus Thailand. Those are from July 13th and 2025. Those are the 3 games that are going to happen round 1, 2, and 3. So the last edition of the Women's Softball Asia Cup was played in 2023 in Incheon, Korea. Japan claimed the title with a 6-0 win against China, while Chinese Taipei defeated the Philippines 10-5. In the bronze medal, 9 teams competed in the tournament. The WBSC Women's Softball World Cup will open in 2026 with the group stage under the 2-stage format. The group stage and the finals of the World Cup the finals of the World Cup are played in consecutive years. A total of 18 teams will participate in the WBSC Women's Softball World Cup, allocated across 3 different groups in the group stage. Lima per Oklahoma City, USA, and Preja CSZE will host the 3 groups of the World Cup. Each city will host a 6-team group, with the 2 top teams in the final standing, plus 2 wild cards, earning a ticket to the finals in 2027. So this is exciting news, to say the least. And I think we should have more good stuff out of this. For sure. For sure. So let's get things flowing and running for this, Let me share that around. That's great, interesting news that should be shared around. Yes, sir. Boom. Good job. I'm excited. Look, we got the Africa, we got America, Asia, Europe, Oceania, and the members. But this time is going to be on the Asia. Asia. Look, a mascot. The mascot for the WBC right now here. Look at that. Hangutsu 2022 launches sports mascot in the 19th Asia game. Look at that. In 2022, they launched a mascot. That's pretty cute. It's adorable. It's been like 3 years since that debut of the mascot. All right, so Japan confirms Raisa Nakajima for Women's Baseball Asia Cup. So the Women's Baseball Asia Cup will qualify 4 teams for the WBSC Women's Baseball World Cup group stage next year. The 7-time defending world champion will open a selection camp for 35 college players in Miyoshi, the host city of the WBSC Women's Baseball World Cup 2023 and 2024. Group B tournaments on June 20th. So, world number 1 Japan will begin preparation for the 4th BFA Women's Baseball Asia Cup to be held in late October in Hangzhou, China. on June 20th with 3 days selection camp in Miyoshi, Hiroshima's prefecture. The host city for the WBSC Women's Baseball World Cup. The tournament will qualify 4 teams for the WBSC Women's Baseball World Cup group stage next year. Japan confirmed Raiza Nakajima as the manager of the assistant coach Mitsuharu Yokoi, Osaka's university manager, and Yoyoji Matsubura, Bunkyu's university's head coach, and Ayaka's Deguchi, Saitama's Seibu's Lion Ladies manager, will complete the staff. So those are great news to be set there for Japan. Things are looking a little bit interesting for Japan in many shapes and forms. Right there you can see a picture of Raiza right there. If you click, we can actually get there to the news straight ahead. I'm glad that women are getting their recognition as they should. I'm glad they are getting it, and they are giving us more of that, if I might say so myself. So Nakashima invited an expanded roster of 35 players, 9 pitchers, 5 catchers, 15 infielders, and 6 outfielders. All invitees are players registered with the All Japan University Women's Baseball Association. So check the full list on Samurai Japan's website. And Samurai Japan's website stated that the aim is strengthening young players and gaining experience and education in international competitions. The All Japan Women's Baseball Association has the motto, "Make women's baseball a natural sport and culture." That is Samurai Japan. It has set 4 themes: player development and strengthening, promotion, environmental improvement, and human resources development, and is building programmees to develop and strengthen the players in all categories. Categories. So it's now a sport recognized on the International Olympics Committee. And that is great. We're gonna have softball in the Olympics the next year that happens, and that is more than exciting news, to say the least. And I hope that softball continues to grow, and women's baseball continues to grow as much as it has been growing. It's incredible, to say the least. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But anyways, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Andrew Van Zark, and this is WSBN. And those were the latest news. Don't forget, the AUSL will be back July 7th. So don't panic. You are tuned in to WSBN, Women's Sports Prime Network, the home of empowerment in women's sports.